Hello, everyone. My name is Lindsay O'Gork, and I will be taking you through a brief presentation on the instructional strategy of shared writing. So, what is shared writing? Well, I've provided you with an expert opinion on what it is. And since we're all teachers, I know that you're quite capable of reading through this paragraph on your own. So, I really just want to focus in on the biggest part of shared writing that I have learned throughout using this instructional process in my own classroom. And that is the fact that you are a scribe. And it's very hard as teachers to step out of the role of wanting to direct our students in making sure that everything within their sentence is correct and just allowing them to talk us through what should be within a written piece of work. And so when you're going through the process of shared writing, you really need to focus in within the first part, which is drafting. Just like you would any regular paper, you do draft when you're doing shared writing. That drafting portion is you focusing in on being that scribe for your students. You're taking their ideas and you're writing them out and you're showing them what it would look like, and then you're going back through and you're revising it with them and letting them hear what their spoken thoughts sound like in words. And so that is where you're going to build on that fluency and that strength of sentence structures. So let's go through the process of what you do with shared writing. And this can apply from K all the way up to your middle school and beyond. So the first thing you want to do is you want to supply a purpose for your writing. Yes, you may only be the scribe, but as I have learned with my fifth graders and kindergartners that I have worked with, it is very good to have a directed area that you are going to for your shared writing. The second part is helping your students to learn how to brainstorm. Just like you would with any planning process of writing, you're going to go through a brainstorming session with them. The next process, you're going to help them to narrow down those brainstorming ideas into one solid idea that you could write about. The next thing is you're going to become the scribe. You're going to guide them as you help to compose this piece of written work. And remember, you're just the scribe during this process. So you're really focusing in on allowing them to get out their thoughts onto that paper. And then as you get to the draft, through the drafting part, and you get to the revising and the editing part, that's where you're going to focus in on that purposeful writing element. Now, it is recommended that you focus in on one element per shared writing. And that's just because, as we'll talk later, how the sessions are not supposed to be a great length of time. So usually within my classrooms, my fifth graders, we will pick an area that we are working on and we will just really focus in on that area. And then the last thing you're going to do is, like I said, with any paper, you're going to help your students to revise, to edit, and then publish the work. And it's really important that you publish that work and read it aloud to the class, because that's really going to help you to build up those students who may not be your best writers or your most eager writers, because they're going to see their success in this and they're going to want to continue it. Okay, so really quickly, I'm going to go through just the things that you need. Shared writing is very easy because you do not need a lot for this process. So it can be performed in any classroom setting. I say a comfortable environment where your students feel like they're able to express themselves. Like I said before, you want to focus in on a specific writing element because a shared writing session is supposed to go about 15 to 20 minutes. And then the materials that you're going to need: markers, chart paper, ruler, and magnets to get that up. Now, if you want to get fancy, you can use your smart board like I have before in the past, but you can do it old school and you can do it with basic materials in your classroom. So, why should you try shared writing today? Well, as I was talking about before, and as experts believe, shared writing is really going to encourage students who may not be your best writers to want to be engaged in writing. In addition to supporting our writers, shared writing also supports those students who may have difficulty with reading as well. And through the formation of these sentences, experts have found that students are able to become better readers through shared writing. So, just a few little highlights of why shared reading could be something that would be awesome to share within your classroom. If you're looking for any other feedback and references about shared writing or just to read a little bit more about it, please look up Literacy Toolkit Shared Writing in my references here. And I thank you for joining me today for this presentation. And I hope that you've enjoyed learning a little bit about shared writing.